Greetings and welcome to another excellent World of Tanks video. So, in this series of how to improve your play, one of the things you need to be able to do is to acquire your targets and hit them as fast as possible in certain circumstances. That's one of the things that this tank does well for myself. So when you have a tank that fits that description, you're going to have games like this one that come up where things just fall into line for you and you're going to score above the normal. And that's what happened here. And that could be different tanks. It could be a medium tank like a Panzer IIIJ, for example. Or it could be a light tank, a little bit harder because they don't have as much power. Could be a Tiger tank. Again, there's just all kinds of different tanks where target acquisition and firing and then killing a tank and then moving on to another target and then moving on to another target chains into a great score. That's sort of what happened here, and I'm going to show it to you so you can see it for yourself, to look for the opportunities as they arise. So please leave a like for this video. It would help a lot. What would help even more is if you subscribed, if you haven't subscribed already. You'll get daily notifications of these videos. Sometimes, like today, I have multiple videos. They're all kind of in the same zone, so mentally it's easy to produce these videos and then have them available for you. So hopefully that will be of interest to you. Now let's get to the game, shall we? Welcome to the port. Alright, now one of the things that helps in this kind of a situation, when you're playing a map in a specific tank, for example, this case, sniper tank. On this side of the map, I like to go to this area, which is where I'm headed right now on the left side. It's a good area for sniper tanks, and if you're playing the same type of tank and you have good results on a map, try going there again and see if it's part of the general pattern of motion, because the general pattern of motion is going to have stuff around this overpass here on this map. Not every map, not every iteration when you're playing this map, but it happens fairly common. So I'm like, okay, well, that guy shot me, I didn't like that. I wasn't anticipating that one, but okay. Adjust and recover. Got a shot on that guy, he's dust. This guy, negative. So, well, pardon me. Got him. So here we got to crush these guys as quickly as possible so they don't swarm. Because with my reload, which is fast for a sniper tank, I don't want to be fighting a guy with a faster reload who's charging me, if I can help it. So that worked real solid. We stopped those 4 guys, and now I'm moving on to another sequence of targets. Now you see that tank destroyer about K7 or K6. He's way out there, not really something I can get to. So you got to select your targets that you can get to advantageously. Oh look, a guy and more went to my base. I've got to go back. Now normally a sniper tank like mine is not the primary base defender. But hey, sometimes you just got to do it. Now I see this guy going over here, so I'm going to go in behind him. And this will allow there to be 2 targets for the enemy to shoot at, not just 1. So I'm less likely to get killed defending my base, coming in there as part of a two-man attack. So they got to pick out one of us, and then there was another guy on defense as well. Fantastic. So that's just a helpful hint. Don't try to go in there as a lone ranger. Go in there with a pack of 2 or 3 if you can. If you have the option, instead of going by yourself, I went in behind the other guy to add my power to his. And it makes the threat more dangerous to the enemy. And under that kind of pressure, they might make a mistake. And bing, bang, boom, as you saw, basically this game is over. That guy fell off the bridge, I guess. It's just artillery. I'll never get there. Hey, no harm in taking free shots. Tagged him. And I got him. So, that was cool. That game was surprisingly quick. Okay, here's the end of game screen. It was a jackpot for me personally. A great way to finish off an evening's play. 7 kills in that match. I wasn't expecting 7. Okay, I mean, you're always hopeful. But I'm like, hey, show up, do what you can. Maybe I can get 3 or 4 if I'm, having a good game. But 7, it just went berserk. Just, things went my way. Sometimes they'll go your way. But that's because you're making good decisions. You're playing a specific way. I went to the pattern right from the beginning where there tends to be a lot of activity. There was a lot of activity. I made some kills. Fantastic. And then I'm trying to go, as you remember, I didn't even make it to the overpass. The guys were on my base, those 3 light tanks. Well, I'm a reactive player. And as soon as they do that, I go right back to the base to cut off the threat. Because someone's going to have to react. Now, they could have killed me possibly. Who knows? But at that point, I'm behaving like someone who's trying to win the game. The kills are a bonus, of course. And I got a hefty bonus for killing guys. It was awesome. But I play the same way all the time. And, you're going to catch a break here or there, or sometimes you're not. But if you make good decisions, you're going to have better results. And that was a good result, even if I had died during the successful base defense. It would have been fine. It would have been unfortunate, but I didn't die, and there you go. And part of that was because I had help going back to defend. And I put myself in position with the other guy that I was following that helped me increase my chances of surviving the encounter at the base. So thinking ahead was key. So as you can see, really only had the Lukes that did an excellent job. But one of those things went my way. I made a lot of kills. So that takes opportunities from other players potentially. We were winning early, so it wasn't a case where my team was terrible and then I had to clean up their mess. I was just catching breaks early and killing guys, and that kind of reduced their opportunities to make as many kills. So that worked in our favor. So sometimes it could go the other way where your team is bad and you have to kill guys to have a shot of winning, which was not the case here. Enemy team, they really only had 2 guys that were any good, as you can see. The Lukes and then the BT-7. And the BT-7 was a tier 3. I mean, those are fast tanks, so that was good. But their team was very haphazard, and they weren't really organized. They did have 3, light tanks attacking our base, but our guys easily repelled the threat. So that was fantastic. And that's one of those things that doesn't really 100% show up in the stats. You know, you saw that it kind of fizzled out pretty quickly when we went back to return to defend, which is fine with me. But it's hard to tell exactly what happened. Medals, yeah, it was okay. In the Martyr 38, the 1,000 damage that I got is only good for a second class badge. I've gotten that mastery badge with 2100 plus. It's hard to get. So, you know, Fire for Effect did more damage than my hit points. Highest damage in the game. Bruiser damaged the crew members or modules 5 times. Top Gun 6 or more kills. Duelist, you killed 2 guys that caused damage to your vehicle. So don't damage my vehicle and you'll be fine. Well, maybe not, but you know, that was a terrific game. I couldn't have been happier with the result of that match, because, you know, when I play this, I'm hopeful I get a game like this, but you just never know. Yeah, I get probably 1 or 2, maybe 3 games like this in a day, depending. But a tremendous result for myself and great for my team because we won. So I was completely thrilled. I just hope that I was able to show you the technique of, once you find a successful plan, try to use it repeatedly and react accordingly, because you'll have an idea of what's going to happen from map to map, depending, and, you know, using a specific tank. So anytime I use a tank like this one, could be a Pack 40, or could be my Panzerjäger 1, which is the tier 2 version basically of a Martyr. Those are terrific tanks. I play them the same way, and I've been playing them like that for years, because that's just the traditional patterns produce generally opportunities for shots. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, but at least you have a starting point. So try to use previous success that you had and continue it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. But if you try a plan and it doesn't work, you might want to look for another idea. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. Please leave a like. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Tell your friends so they can check it out and see what things they could learn from this as well. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.